My name is Ruth Adams. I'm a tourism management student at Stafford University. I'm here to interview Mr. Tembo, who runs two separate businesses, a butcher's business and a private hire taxi company in the Leeds area. After you, Mr. Tembo.
Thank you.
Good evening to you.
Good evening.
When did you start with your dream of being an entrepreneur? Was it something you saw in your parents, or is it something you learned?
Well, first and foremost, I've always believed in my own abilities and potential from a very early age. This has always given me the confidence to just do it. If somebody else can do it, why can't I? That's always been my motto. This sort of thinking then took me to the next level, where I declined the salary option offered by somebody else, instead settling on creating my own wealth and financial independence. The idea of flexibility appeals to me always. Working my own hours, setting my own deadlines, not being restricted to work patterns. In other words, nobody else should set the rules. I call my own shots. This has been my passion, running my own business, taking calculated risks, and not going with the flow.
Yeah, that is interesting, Mr. Tembo. Did you have any traits to show that you were going to be a successful businessman?
First and foremost, successful entrepreneurs, they share similar qualities with one another. They exhibit strong leadership qualities. I believe leaders are born, not made. From a young age, I found myself being the go-to person most of the time. A lot of people asked for my opinion or help guide or make decisions for them. I've always been a brilliant communicator with the ability to amass a team of people toward a common goal. This was exhibited on the sporting fields, even in school, earning trust and respect in the process. I've also always been self-motivated and confident and worked tirelessly with integrity to solve problems confronting me, and often passionate about new ideas that cross my mind, constantly improving on them as best as I can. I have always enjoyed challenges and strive to do well. In all this, I've always understood the value of a strong peer network. You never get to succeed alone. I've always nurtured useful relationships and surrounded myself with people who can help me become more effective. I've always believed in these support links.
That's good. Do you give your employees a chance to communicate with you and customers to know where you are going, Mr. Tembo?
Well,
where you are going wrong?
Okay. While I'm in the business that provides products, we always look for areas where we can add value, and I believe the rest will come by itself. That's the ability to find a benefit that you bring to the table for a likely customer and the effort to find that customer, and then you are halfway there. I have total belief in first-class customer service. This, for me, is paramount. If the customer cannot derive satisfaction from the shopping experience, how then do you get repeat business or referrals from that customer? The notion does not just end with me. It transcends the whole business. Each and every one of my staff holds a similar conviction, reflecting it in practice repeatedly. This is how we've built our brand and have been recognized as a reputable quality butchers. I embrace business ideas and criticism from all my staff. That's the culture I promote, In the end, though, I make the final decision, and of course, I take full responsibility.
That is good. Do you have any failures, setbacks, or regrets? If so, what advice can you give to upcoming entrepreneurs?
Starting a business is a lot of work. Anyone who tells you it's not is either lying or has never actually started one themselves.
Yes.
The hours are long, the sacrifices are great, and you meet new problems and challenges every day with seemingly no end. If you don't have the constitution to weather these things, your business could implode on you faster than it started. I personally tend to be busy all the time with little time to spare. When you run your own business, the idea of spending more time with your family and friends is very often misunderstood. Until a business is fully established and you have employees handling the majority of necessary responsibilities, don't expect to have more spare time. Expect to have much less time, because you need your thumb on the pulse all the time, otherwise things can easily go wrong. If you're not willing to give up your time for your business to succeed, you might find the going tough. So as a business, we took a knock during the 2009-2010 period when the economy experienced a housing crisis. Business was very slow, and I had to rationalize some processes. Sadly, I had to lay off a few staff members to remain afloat.
Okay.
This enabled our cash flow to just about stay healthy when we had weathered the storm by extending the business to cater for local deliveries for orders above a certain value. A lot of small retailers on the high street went down during this housing downturn period.
Yes. How do you get along with your suppliers? Do you go to the farms to see whether you are getting a better deal or not?
Well, I've been able to set up the formality and culture of my business as best suits my goals. This, though, has been partially driven by demands from a knowledgeable customer, responding to their ever-changing needs. For us to be successful, the entire business chain has to be equally responsive. My suppliers understand who we are as a business and what we provide to our customers, both from a quality perspective and also from a value perspective. We're always infusing into business values I want absorbed in the organizational climate, informing all decision making and driving any future planning, as well as to be well supportive. This creates an environment satisfying to all stakeholders, suppliers, customers, and us as the business. We always take pride in what we do. Driving and watching the organization grow from scratch, building the right team, both internally and externally, to steer the business in the right direction. Similarly, the business allows me to network with other entrepreneurs and professionals, always meeting new people, learning from their ideas and experiences, always striving to become an expert in my field and do better is very much part of that motivation.
That's good. Do you have any business competitors in your cakes and butchers businesses? If so, what do you do to keep ahead of everyone?
Competition will always be there no matter what business you get into. I look at this as day-to-day challenges. Every day brings its own challenges. I take these as new ways to stimulate my mind. Remember, work you enjoy doing can be described as work. I don't necessarily do anything I don't want to do at work. So I delegate the boring tasks. I always strive to work with a purpose and encourage my staff to do the same. It becomes the heart and soul of our business. I believe in a shared vision teaching, and inspiring action. When this message is repeated over time, it distills into the minds and hearts of staff like tiny inoculations against inertia, habits, and negativity from previous experiences or competition. My staff understands the value of our customers. They in turn understand we value them. Without them, there's no business. That culture keeps our business ticking. So we talk to our customers, we listen to our customers, and we address their concerns. In other words, we satisfy their requirements fully. And above all, we thank them for their valued support.
Exactly. And is your focus purely on the business, or do you have any social responsibilities?
I often get satisfaction from creating jobs and contributing to the economy through these opportunities. Using the business to help people by providing products and services they need in their day-to-day lives. So my life does not just revolve around the business. I participate and get fully involved with community causes, particularly donating time and money to worthy causes. I also use these engagements as inspirational drives for others, assisting them make their dreams also come to fruition.
Now, lastly, my dream is to become an entrepreneur, a successful businesswoman. Do you think becoming one is something you are born with or something you can learn? Because one day I want to own my own business.
Okay, all right. I don't think it's simple enough to be neither one nor the other. I've seen very young, successful business people, and equally, I've come across very late starters who are just as successful. So everybody's route and experience is a unique story. Although I personally knew my destiny from a very young age, I still had to learn the craft. I was very fortunate to land myself an insightful mentor early in my business. Somebody I learned from and who constantly refined my skill set and kept me updated. He taught me to be creative, creating my own opportunities and solutions. So clearly, business is not for everybody. But how do you know whether it's for you? You should start by asking yourself what it takes to be a leader, because for the most part, you'll be doing a lot of the work upfront by yourself. If you can't lead yourself through startup, chances are you won't be able to lead your business and future employees through growth and on to success. If you also enjoy working a few hours real work payday, stop right there and go back to your cushy desk job. Business takes hours and hours of commitment. If you seek a challenge wrought without risk, but with tremendous potential reward both financially and morally, you have something of what it takes to be a successful business person. My motto is very simple. If you have a great story to tell, say it. If you have something to pass down to your children, do so. But also, you must learn to embrace failure. Even if you fail, you will walk away with new skills and experience you never had before. No matter how lofty your goal might seem, who knows, you might change the world for better one day. Some ideas and inventions we heavily rely on today have in the past been viewed with ridicule. So you must use all available resources to help you get started. The world is now awash with information. There is nothing to stop you. So to you, I say good luck in your endeavors.
Okay. Thanks so much, Mr. Tembo. I might come back to you when I decide to start my own business. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
Good night.
Yeah, you are most welcome. My pleasure, and a good night to you as well.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.